I am going to type in one prompt, and by the end of this video, you are going to see a full app with projects, AI automations, AI agents, and integrations into my existing workflow. Let's get into it. Now, before we dive in, I have partnered with Taskade on this video. Click that first link down below in the description and you could get started building your first app today. Okay, let's take a look here at a few of the things that we're going to discuss. First, here is a template that you can get started with right away. And there are a load of templates on the website that you could find more of from the community that you could clone and get started with. But a few things I want to highlight. Here you see this Content Creator Pro. This template is a great starting point if you are trying to create additional content or scale your content. Now, this is where the tool is a lot different than other tools out there. So you can build software and you can have AI that is built into whatever software solution that you build. But where it gets interesting here is on two key things. Let me walk you through this. First, with the workspace, we have 4 projects. We have the content library, conversation history, writing prompts and templates, as well as content strategy hub. Next, we have agents. This is where you could deploy agents within your software. Here we have the Content Creator Pro, and you could see the specific instructions here for this agent, as well as knowledge base. And we also have automations. You can see that we have 3 automations with this clonable template. Now, let's take a look at this because this is really powerful. Let's take a look at this content refinement flow. What are we looking at? This is a full workflow. When it gets triggered, all of this happens. Let me zoom out a little bit so you could see a little bit more. Now, when this gets triggered, you could see that any of these options could happen where it either shortens the content, SEO optimizes the content, expands on it, or it does general improvements. And this gives you eyes into what the AI is actually doing. That way you can build it out exactly the way you want it to work. So within our one project, we have agents, automations, our project alongside everything that we build within the software. And a few pro tips. When I'm getting started and I don't even know what is possible with a new tool, a few things that I look at are their integrations and their community. So we just took a look at their community, but let's take a look at their integrations. You can see here that there are over 119 integrations and apps that you could deploy. So let's take a look at a few of these categories. Let's look at connectors. Here you can connect Slack, Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram, and so much more. And you could also see here as well, you could pull data that you could migrate from Asana, ClickUp, Notion, and a lot of other tools. All right, to get started, we are going to just go to the URL that you see here at the top of my screen, taskade.com/create, and we are going to just put in whatever prompt we want to get started. Just one prompt and it is going to build everything. You can see here I added in a prompt already and let's start building. It's going to ask me to log in, so I'm going to do that right now. And just like that, we are logged in. Let's begin building. Now, as you can see on my screen here, I have a prompt, one kind of long sentence that we're going to use to generate an app that's going to include our project, agents, and automations. Now, I do want to show you a few special features before we start building. Here at this plus sign, you could upload files, add from a workspace, or add from the cloud. There are also prompt templates that you can use to get started. You could also enhance your prompt by clicking on this button here. If I click on Genesis AI, you'll see a few options in this drop down. In this case, because I am starting a new project, I'm going to use Genesis AI. But as you can see, you can go into projects, AI agents, workflows as a primary means of what you want to create. As you can see, there's auto, standard, reasoning, and thinking models, plus advanced options as well if you want to select the exact model you want to use to build. In this case, I'm going to keep it as auto and we're going to start building. Now, I'll probably fast forward through some of these parts, but as you can see, there is a lot happening, which is really cool. And if you've never done this before, this is one of those really special moments where the AI is developing and building for you. All right, let's take a look at what has been built. I haven't seen any of this yet, so I'm really excited. And one thing I just love about this is that when you get into the workspace, you actually can see everything built. So our project, you'll see these 5 elements here. We also have tasks, roadmap, templates, completed. We also have agents and automations. This is insane. Now let's just go back to preview the app. All right, this is awesome. You can see some high level stats up here. As we probably use it more, those will update. Then we have quick actions, and then we have recent content. This is awesome. In the sidebar here, we have Video Studio, where we just paste in a transcription and a video title, and then we can generate new content. Once that content is generated, it will then go into the content library. And here below it, we have rules for editing as well of how we want the content to look and feel and sound. And what I love about this is that we can just go in here and update it. So if I wanted to add anything or make an adjustment, I could easily do that. And what's important here is there's global styles, and there's styles for written text, styles for LinkedIn, styles for blog posts. I love it. All right, now let's take a look at AI Studio. I don't know what this is exactly. Oh, this is where I can then drop in content if I want to refine it further and be able to do that in a conversation with the AI. Man, I love this. This is just the first prompt as well. There's so much going on. Let's take a look at the workspace. We have these 5 projects within our main project here. So if I take a look at the content rules, you'll see this, which is what we just looked at on the front end. We have the video vault as well. We also have generated content. So everything that's been generated will live here as well. We also have the content templates, which is awesome. And we have the memory. Beautiful. Now let's take a look at the agent. Here we have the Content Studio agent. And again, what I love here is that, let me close this sidebar. This is where I could have a chat with the Content Studio agent to then further refine the content. And this is where it gets interesting, because what Taskade is doing, it's not just building for you, it's actually showing you the mechanics of what is built. So if we want to take a look at the automation and make sure it's working well, we don't just have to wait for the final output. We could actually take a look here and say, let's see how this is built. Amazing. When a new video is added to the vault, it'll generate threads content, it'll generate a LinkedIn post, an SEO blog post, it'll then save all of that, boom, and just like that, we have a workflow. And now, if we like the workflow, we could leave it as is. But if we do want to further update the workflow, we could do that as well. We could easily add a step here, or we can communicate just conversationally and further develop everything that we have. I love this. And when you're ready to go live, you could hit publish, and from here you could go in depth and adjust any of the settings that you want and make this app live. So if you want to connect a custom domain, you could do that. If you want to adjust the visibility, right now this is secret, but we can make it private or we can make it public. And if you want to even embed this or copy the URL, anything you need, you're going to be able to do. Now, I do want to show you quickly how to clone a project to your workspace. So here is the project we looked at earlier, and I want to clone this into my workspace. So I'm going to click right here. And then I'm going to click Clone App Kit. It'll ask me to give it a name. And then you could select which workspace to put it into and which color. In this case, I am just going to use this green, Clone App. And just like that, I was able to clone that into my workspace and use it as a starting point for whatever I want to build or customize or use out of the gate. Let me give you a quick lay of the land as we take a look at this. Here on the left is where you can chat to build further. So anything else that you want to add or customize, you could start that conversation right here. At the top, you have your workspaces, and then you have your projects. Now, up in the right corner, there are a lot of important options. First, you could customize the site styles that you're developing right here by clicking on theme. You'll see a bunch of options here of how you could customize the look and feel. From there, you could also adjust how you're viewing the app that you're building, whether you're building something for mobile or for desktop. You could see what it looks like on a specific device. Next up, if you need to refresh the page, you could do that. You could look at version history as well. Up here, you have all your connected tools. So if I click into this, it's going to take me into my workspace settings here. And if I need to go back to preview my app, I could just click right here. Boom, you can see that right there. I'll go back to this workspace, and then we're going to take a look at automations. I'm going to click browse, and you're going to see a lot of different workflows and automations that are already set up for you. And at the bottom here, you'll also see all the main logos of tools that you could integrate with. So for for me, as I run a YouTube channel, taking a look at YouTube, I could literally build a dashboard to track all my video analytics and trends and potentially connect it to AI that I can then generate new ideas for video topics against the videos on my channel that are performing well right now. And one of my favorites here is trigger automations for new or trending uploads. This is going to allow me to upload a video and potentially turn that into a blog post, social content, and a lot more. Additionally, if you do want to create automations from scratch, you could click create right here and you'd be able to add in a trigger. As you can see, you have a ton of options and then build out that automation exactly as you like. Now, as you're beginning to see, this is taking a lot of different tools that you may be using right now and putting it all into one. For example, with projects, this is almost like your Notion database. Then you have your AI agents. So instead of going to Claude or ChatGPT with what you have in your Notion database and trying to paste that in and have it have a conversation around that and start fresh every time you want to do the same project, you have it all built into Taskade. And then you have automation. So if you're going to use Zapier, Make, or any of those tools, you now could just do that all natively within Taskade. And finally, which I think is actually most important, is that it integrates across all your tools. So the level of integrations that you have against any of your tools allows you to do the entire workflow without having a fragmented AI approach.